Hey guys, what's up? This is DSR Cuber, and today I have a tutorial on how to solve a 3x3. So, at the sidebar there should be a couple of annotations to skip to different parts of the cube, and the first part will just be talking about the Rubik's Cube and what you need to know about it to solve it. Second part will be the cross. Third part will be first layer. Fourth part will be second layer. Fifth part will be third layer. So let's get right into it. First step will be to scramble your cube. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, now that it's all scrambled up, I'd like to start on white cross because I don't start on white cross, but it's easier to learn on white cross because it stands out from the other colors. But I recommend, if I were you, to learn how to solve it on any side because that'll really help in the future when you start speed cubing. But for this tutorial, I'm going to do it on white cross. So the first part will be to learn about your pieces. Here is an edge. An edge, it has two parts on it. A corner has 3 and the center has 1. The color scheme is white opposite yellow, orange opposite red, and green opposite blue. And because yellow is opposite white, we're going to start building a daisy on yellow. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find all 4 of your white edges. For me, there's one here, 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 and here. So what I would do in this case is I do this to bring these up. This one can be put up there. And then this one has to be flipped. So the way you do that is you do this, then you bring this over on the side, then you bring this like that. There. Now, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to keep turning the bottom layer until a color matches up. Then you can turn it twice. This one's matched up too, so you can turn that twice. But this one's not. So you can turn it till it gets to orange. And you turn it twice, then the blue one, it can only go in the last spot, which is right here. Now you have solved your white cross. The next step is first layer. Step 1, hold the white cross facing up, and find a white corner that's facing towards or to the side. If it's facing to the side, then turn your cube so it's facing you. Next, look at the color on the side. On mine, it's blue, so I would turn it until it matches up to the blue center. This means that it has to go up here. So, I would turn it like this, bring this side down, bring this in, and bring it up. Then, I see this, it's facing me. I match it up to its color, just like I did before, so it's right there. Then I do the same thing. This is a different case. This is on the bottom. As you can see, this is supposed to go here, but the reason it's flipped is because it has to flip around to go here. So, what you do for this is like that. Then you have your final one, you match up the colors, and you bring it up. And now you've solved your first layer. To solve second layer, what you have to do is you have to find an edge piece with no yellow on it, like this. Blue, red, and blue. You match it up to its color to make a T, and then you have to see it's blue, so it has to go here. So to bring it this side, you do this. Turn to the left, turn to the left. You repeat that for all the other edges. This one's too, and it has to go here because it has green. And this time you do the one for here, except in this direction. So Now you just go ahead and do that for all the other edges. Now you have your first two layers done. Now you have to do your last layer. So step 1 will be to get a yellow cross. It doesn't have to be permutated just yet. So what you do is you do front face, R, U, R prime, U prime. When you have a wedge like this, and it's facing this, then you go twice like this. If it's facing like this, then you just go once. Then you do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Then you have to do it again because now it's a line. F prime, R prime, F, R, U, R prime, F prime. And sometimes this will happen too. You will get an OLL skip, but we don't want that yet. You will learn that in the advanced method. Now what you want to do is you want to take two edges that will match up to their centers, and if these two need to be swapped, what you do is you have the solved one on the right and on the back. Then you do this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Then you turn the top layer once to the left, and all the edges should be in the right spot. I know some of you may be asking, but what happens if I get a cross swap? Well, what you do is you put a solved one on the left and right, then you do the same algorithm as before, except this time you turn the top layer to the right, and then you do it on the left side. No, I mean on the right side. And now you should have these edges. Next step will be to permutate corners. So what you want to do is find a corner that's in the right spot, and then do this algorithm. U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. Then what that did is it shuffled the corners this way, but it still isn't solved, so I will do it again. Now you have all the corners in the right spot. Now I know this will happen to some people. Sometimes the corners, none of them are in the right spot. So all you really have to do is you just do the algorithm from before, and then search around, and then sometimes you'll find another one that's in the right spot after you do that. Now we will get into this step, orienting corners. So what you want to do is you want to put the corner that you want oriented on the right side of the cube. Then you do this algorithm, R prime, D prime, R, D. You want to keep repeating that until the yellow is on top. R prime, D prime, R, D. Or if you're solving on blue or green, then just the opposite color so that it matches with the center. Then, this was the biggest mistake that I did. Do not turn the cube and then do it to the next corner. Turn the top layer and then do it again. Turn the top layer again. R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. And that's really all there is to it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.